to the cult. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. It's Tony back with you once again, where I've been digging around on Vinted, finding more shite to put in this collection. Of late, videos have been a bit thin on the ground on this channel. I've been ill and busy, Dave's been ill and been busy, but we'll be back at it in these next few days, and this is the first video that's going up where I have been digging around again on Vinted, looking what I can find for the cheapest prices possible, and it's not failed me again. I've found there's 4 stacks of films here, come off four different sellers on Vinted, and I paid next to nothing for them. I mean, the stack we're going to look at today, 15 titles came off one seller. Looked like he was trying to get rid of what looked to be most of his DVD collection, but there's some fantastic titles in it, and he was doing them at some great prices. So I got 15 titles from him, and I paid the princely sum of £8 English. Yes, you heard right, £8 for 15 titles, and some of them are quite hard to get hold of. Some of them are a little bit pricey these now. Now, whether he just wanted rid of them or what, or he wasn't 100% sure what he's got, I'm not 100% sure. But there was a hell of a lot of titles on his Vinted page, and I've filtered through and took out really, I mean, what I wanted or what I perceived as being the best on there. So we'll fire through these quick. First one was Hellgate. I knew this had an Arrow video release a while back, and if it's the film I'm thinking of, I do remember seeing it on VHS, but that font and that cover doesn't ring any bells for me on DVD, this. But saying that, this is a Dutch release, so that's Hellgate. An Anchor Bay title now that's come out of a box set. I think this is a three film set originally, but it's just the one. It is Deadly Swarm. If you know these films, you know they're absolute trash, but they're quite fun. This one was an eye-opener when I saw it on there. I don't recollect the film. I had to look at a trailer for it, and it piqued my interest. But then if you look at the cast and you look at the kind of film it is, it's weird. So you've got Dennis Hopper, John Saxon, Basil Rathbone, who basically I knew was playing Sherlock Holmes, and Judy Meredith in a film called Queen of Blood. Now, weirdly, it's only a PG. When I watched the trailer, it's like a weird sci-fi, I don't know, horror, maybe not the right word, but it looks like she's either turned into a vampire or some kind of zombie by some alien presence, an alien entity. It looked fun, you know what I mean, and it's a decent lineup, so we'll give that one a whirl, because I'd never even heard of that, and it sounds right up my alley. A Wings Hauser film there, you can never really go wrong with Wings Hauser, can you? Mutant, not really or anything, crops up quite regular on DVD, but it was a nice one to pick up. Same with this one as well. I think Scream Factory released these on 2 packs on Blu-ray in the US, but it's The Wasp Woman. Again, just black and white, stupid fun. One from an old school label from the UK now called Hardcore, and that's Strange Behaviour. I wouldn't mind sort of dipping my toe into this Hardcore line of films. I would imagine these are up there with the Vipco stuff that was put out, or the 23rd century stuff, and anything like that really. But that's a bizarre, crazy little film. Talking of 23rd century, I have gone balls deep on this company at the moment, so I am trying to find all the horror sci-fi, action, post-apocalyptic kind of films they did on the 23rd century label. It's got a great story behind this label, and the artwork is always fantastic on them as well. Transfers are always brilliant. They're a bit hit and miss, but yeah, I have fell down the rabbit hole with 23rd century, so that was a nice pick for that one. A great film that I've never been able to find anywhere, and it popped up on The Severed Arm. I think that's a US release as well, or no, Canadian release. So that'd be a nice one to watch again. This one's just bloody brilliant. A Rutger Hauer film. Hemogoblin. Now, I'm sure this film is called something else as well as it had another title. I know this film's another title. It's brilliant. The other title serves the film better than Hemogoblin. It doesn't really sum up what it is. You can sort of guess, but for the love of money, I can't remember what the other title is now. But the other title looks better. But the film is really, really good. If you don't know the film, have a quick YouTube search for the trailer, watch the trailer. It is brilliant. It's really, really fun. Can't go wrong with that, can you? Taste the Blood of Dracula, Christopher Lee film. Didn't have this one for some reason. I thought I did, and then when it popped up on the list of titles that he had for sale, I went through the collection and it wasn't in there, so I threw that in. I probably do own this somewhere else on some discs I've got down there that's just the disc, but I had to throw that in. That's a Canadian release as well. This Island Earth, I mean, look at that. Can't go wrong with that, can you? Great, stupid, over-the-top sci-fi film. Loads of fun. Bit slow at the beginning, but the last half of the film sort of pays off fantastically for it. RoboCop, Terminator, all that stuff spawned loads of crap films that all came out at the same time, and the crappiest of the crap is Cybertracker. Reason I picked this up, it's on the Prism Leisure line, and I collect Prism Leisure titles, and this one normally crops up all over, and I'd never bothered picking it up before, but it was in here, so I threw it in. One of the most underrated Toby Hooper films, and one of the most underrated Brad Dourif films, because I think Brad Dourif's great in this. Spontaneous Combustion. You've heard me talk about this before. I have it on an X-Rental VHS there. Normally this comes in like a 2-pack where it's been like bundled off with another film, but I managed to find one on a standalone disc, so that's quite cool. I loved all three of these films, and again, I don't understand why I didn't have them in the collection, but it's House Party, the first one, with Kid and Play. I mean, fantastic films, just loads and loads of nostalgic fun in them. And finally for this one, a film that I think I've seen. There's been a few like this one, but this one's called Horror Vision. It's a bit bizarre. You'll probably be able to see off the back of it. Sci-fi film, computer game, AI thing that goes wrong and becomes sentient. Yeah, I think I've seen it. Late night TV, it's probably cropped up. There's a few films like this that all roll out at the same kind of time. But it's been a long while since I've seen this one. Again, if you don't know the film, find the trailer for it on YouTube, because you'll piss your pants. The trailer, it's brilliant. So that was it. That was 15 films of total obscurity for the princely sum of £8. Can't go wrong, can you? And again, some people might be saying, Tony, why are you picking up DVD? Well, it's cheap. A lot of those films aren't available on anything else, and it serves a purpose for us to have a large collection of films for the club. And the more of this stuff I can find, the more of this stuff that I can put into the library and into the collection, the easier it becomes to sort of program nights for up and coming events that we're doing, but also as well, if people want to borrow films out of this collection and films out of this library, people can borrow them. I'm not that fussed if it ever comes back or not, because I paid next to nothing for them. You know what I mean? So I won't be bothered about lending a film out. Otherwise, but if it was a collector's thing, any of this up here, and you lend it and it doesn't come back or it gets damaged or whatever, and I paid 15, 20, 25 quid for it, yeah, I'm a bit bothered. DVD like this, that's costing you, what, 25 pence a film, 50 pence a film, doesn't matter, does it? You know what I mean? And you're still having a good time with it. So, until the next one, everybody, just remember, keep it cult.